Something's going to happen here now. Here comes the spaceship. You believe this? And now,
methinks we have a visitor.
the alien himself.
For almost 100 years you have celebrated the best that humanity has to offer. You call it the Olympic Games. And for that, and for the cities which have kept the Olympic ideal alive, I salute you.
911, what's the address of your emergency? This woman and her husband stating that their 6-year-old son, they had an experimental flying saucer that they built. They believe that their 6-year-old son is in it and flying around. They left on him 20 minutes ago.
And so it was an experimental plane?
It's a flying saucer.
It's a flying saucer?
Yeah.
And is that's gone too, right?
I'm sorry?
How long is the flying saucer gone as well? Hello? Hello?
As I said, it has been determined that this is a hoax, that it was a publicity stunt. We believe that we have evidence at this point to indicate that it was a publicity stunt. These people are actors. Not only have they appeared in several reality television shows and on YouTubes, we have since determined that in fact they met together. The way that they met and established their relationship was in acting school in Hollywood.
Jesus said, as in the days of Noah, so in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. Something happened in the days of Noah, and the most sinister and bizarre of all the things that happened was this intermarriage between the angelic race and the human race. And of course the mastermind behind it all was another angel, a fallen angel, Lucifer. Now we believe that as they came in those days, we may very well be on the edge of another invasion from outer space, that Satan will once again make another attempt, maybe the final assault on the human race, in order to wean men and women away from the worship of God. He has tried before, he will inevitably try again. And by seducing the human race, by sending these so-called entities from space, demonic beings, he will try to get people all over the world to worship him and to deprive God of the worship that is due to him. Fortunately, we know what the end result is going to be. But this final or omega assault that will come at the end of time may trigger the coming back of Jesus Christ to rescue his own. Satan has failed before, and the Bible predicts he will fail again.
No wonder New Yorkers looked up and said, "Oh my God." You'd be saying, "Oh my God," too, if you saw this shot in the sports section with the understated caption, "Under ominous skies." Ominous. Shots came in from Harlem. Shots came in from Chelsea. Remind you of anything? The aliens' arrival in the movie Independence Day. At least New Yorkers didn't crash. They didn't flee. They did what any red-blooded New Yorker would do. They made home videos.
Yeah, you know, I gotta say, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
You are not a spectator. caught on the sidelines of some game that you never chose to watch in the first place. You are the game. You are the points in play. Our human race is like a title up for grabs, but always tilting toward Christ. You are here to worship His creation from Alpha to Omega, and to glorify His name to every last soul you meet, until the lost and unsaved are led back to Him. But before the flock can return to its shepherd, the scriptures must be fulfilled. And that means the prince of the power of the air will be cast down from heaven and will attempt to once and for all wrestle away control of the world from God and take it for his own wretched use. To the UFO enthusiasts, if you haven't yet stopped to consider not just merely what the nature of these beings are, but more to the point, their intentions, if you have not yet considered this at its core to be a spiritual question, then you have clearly rejected the relatively scant physical evidence that we have available to us. For these manifestations in the air are, up to this point, only that. Pope Benedict recently came out to assure all Catholics that it's okay to believe in space aliens, and they would be our, quote, brothers. But what the Pope is hoping for is that his followers will not ever set their eyes on the Word of God, for they would find a dire warning against this blasphemous and satanic lie that can be found in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 11. Where we are told that God would send forth a strong delusion, which would likely fool a vast majority of the world, educated and uneducated, God-fearing and atheist alike.
My friends throughout the world, first I must thank the leaders of each of your countries who have graciously and in the interests of peace turned over all their broadcasting facilities to us to help avoid confusion in this crisis. Your national leaders have suggested that a state of martial law will be most helpful at this time, and we agree.
The visitors are not our friends. They've come to rape our planet and kill us. They are not who they appear to be.
My God.
Yeah.